Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, the 8th of October. Now, I want to go back to this thought or this question that I have. Can the sacrifice of Jesus save this world or save humanity? And yes, to my mind, there is a way by which the sacrifice can save us. I want to show you this here. Now, the other thing is that for a long time, I was obsessed with this question, to Jesus himself. What was in your head? Why did you set this thing into motion? With what intention did you come here? What was your intended outcome? And I've reached pretty much this morning the conclusion that that is a question that will take you onto the wrong path. Because frankly, I can't know the answer to that. I would need to be him in order to know that, and I'm not. And actually, to be quite honest, I don't want to be him. So forget it. I will come to that in the end. I can't know what his intention actually was. All I can see clearly is the choice, the fork in the road, the two possible outcomes that his teaching has created. Yeah, I can see that. And this is what I really want to bring to the awareness of people. Because if we want to be consciousness that is free and has free will and self-determination, we need to understand the choices that we have in order to make an informed decision out of our own free will. Yeah, and if we do not understand the choice, we are being led into slavery because it's not our decision. So that is really what is most important to me, that people understand the choice, that people even know that there is a choice. They must know that. So, the way the sacrifice of Jesus could save us, and let's just for a minute assume that was his intention. Yeah? So then he showed us a way, the way to life. And that way is love your neighbor as yourself. Continuously give to one another. Even pray. Be together and pray, and then you take that to a higher level, to the level of a miracle. Being given by the Creator. That is to say, what you ask for in prayer is something that exists as a potentiality in the field, and then it has been given to you, it's been revealed as a reality. Yeah, it becomes reality. So a potentiality is being revealed as a reality. And that is the way of prayer. But I mean, even on the mechanical, on the physical plane, we can work this. Love your neighbor as yourself. So that was the way. That was the way to life. Now, he tried to teach this to people. And for the most part, they didn't get it, and the temple most definitely didn't get it. Yeah? They were rejecting what he was saying. So, now, there is a different way, and it is actually the way that the Jews have gone I mean, for starters, when Jesus came, he came to save the Jews. Yeah, it was only when Paul felt the need to share this with everything else, that was everybody else, that this thing has gone global. It was never our problem to start with. It's now. Thanks for sharing. But they wouldn't listen. And the way of the Jews was to be in service of a powerful one, a mighty one, a God. And that was definitely the case, most certainly since Abraham, because he made a covenant with a powerful one to be in service to that kingdom. So that is the other way. And that is actually not changing. For the Jews, that means not changing. Don't make a change. Keep going on that path. They're still on that path. Be in service to a powerful one. So Jesus himself went on that path. The denial of self, the denial of your own conscience, the denial of your own thoughts, your own emotions. Don't go by your own knowing. I say nothing unless I'm being told to say so. I do nothing until the moment I'm being told to do it. And what I am to do. I'm being told that too. And I will do it like, I don't know, a machine. Something that cannot think for itself. That's what he did. That is the way of the cross. And that is the way that will lead to that kingdom becoming a reality. So, okay, let's say his thought was really to lead people to the path of life. Yeah? And he created within himself the other possibility with the thought of, if you don't want to listen, you will have to experience. You have to experience the outcome. I said that's what my mother used to say that to us all the time. Who doesn't want to listen will have to feel. Yeah? Wer nicht hören will, muss fühlen. Yeah? You don't want to listen to wisdom, to wisdom. You insist on going another way, you will have to experience the outcome. And there it is, again, where your life is an intimate knowledge of the truth. Yeah, you will intimately know the truth because you will experience it. Now we're now in this idiotic situation where we are increasingly experiencing the truth and people are still not seeing it. Yeah? Let's go to the kingdom. That we are on the way of pain. Yeah, we are not going the way of enlightened reason, where we could think about those things, but we're going the way of pain, the way of having to experience the outcome, increasingly. And it's still not sinking in with most people. Right, so the sacrifice. So the only way, really, to me, the sacrifice of Jesus would save us is by us seeing the choice, making the correct choice, and not following him on the way of the cross. That's the only way that his sacrifice would save us, is by not following him on the way of the cross. So what would happen then? And here things become extremely fuzzy because we're going into quantum, we're going into timelines, my brain won't do that anyway. I'm not sure that quantum physicists actually know what it is they're talking about. They have theories. I'm not sure that they know, because knowing would be experience. But okay, theory. There are theories. There's one theory that says if there's a potential future, a timeline that leads to a potential future, if that future is no longer energized by us, by our thoughts and emotion, our energy is manifesting that future. So we detach from that. We detach our energy from that potential outcome. And we focus all our energy on the other outcome. Then the theory is that that potential outcome will cease to exist. That whole potential future will cease to exist. It's no longer energized, it no longer receives energy, and it will cease to exist. And in which case, it would save us, and it would, from the standpoint of Jesus, that would be the ultimate sacrifice. Because that would cease to exist. I mean, he went to that outcome. He went somewhere toward that outcome when he was raptured. And he would completely cease to exist. That would be the ultimate sacrifice. Now, this is me thinking that was his thinking. And as I said, I'm not in his head. I don't know. There is another way. There is another way where his intention was exactly that we would become as sheep, that we would become the slaves to the kingdom by following this way of the cross. And again, there would have been a sacrifice. But the sacrifice would not have been for life or for us, but for the kingdom. And that is actually what he said he was doing. Everything he did was for the kingdom. And let's think for a minute that when he came here, he was a high-ranking part of that kingdom. Yeah, something that was, let's say, in the upper part of the pyramid of that kingdom, that level of consciousness, and that he made himself into a lesser part whilst he was here. Made himself. So for him, that would constitute a sacrifice. Yeah, from a position that he had there to the position of a slave, really. That would also constitute a sacrifice, and it would lead to a different outcome. Yeah, sacrificing with the intention that it should serve the kingdom, should bring slaves into the kingdom. So what was his intention? I don't know. What was in his head when he was doing it? Did he actually want to save us? Did he want to serve the kingdom? Now, the point is, and this is really what gripes me, badly. For starters, as I say, I don't know his intention. I would have to be in his head. I'm not. In the end, it doesn't actually matter. That's the point, and that is why I should really stop thinking about what was in his head, because it doesn't matter. It's a completely wrong question. I cannot know the answer to that. It's a complete waste of energy trying to think about that. And it doesn't matter what his intention was, because if you have free will and self-determination, it doesn't matter what he was thinking. The only thing that matters is what you are thinking. It is your choice. And it should be coming out purely out of the knowledge of yourself, without he saying that and she saying that, and that God wants that, and forget it. What do you want? What do you think? What do you think and feel is the right way? That is the only thing that matters. It's your choice. And yet this is really what gets me, as people are not being given the choice. They are not being given the clear picture of what is being taught there. They do not see the two choices. They think it's all one and you know. And then they cannot make a decision based on information and then self-determination. And that is then being led into slavery. They're being enslaved. Because if you say, if you're being taught as a Christian, there is only one possible outcome in the future, because that is the will of God, and you have no choice but to go there. Whereas, of course, in the other part of the teaching, Jesus clearly said, with the Father, or with God, with the Father, everything is possible. You are in the field of all possibilities. Yeah. Then to say there is only one possible outcome is clearly a lie. That is clearly a lie. People are being lied to. And again, they're being sheep herded into that one possibility without knowing there are other possibilities, and without giving them the right to self-determination. That is what gets me. Whatever choice people make after this, that's up to them. Yeah, you want to go there, to that kingdom to be ruled over? Do. Feel free to do so. And for some reason it seems to me that in some way that is going to happen. Well, I mean, that would be the way of the rapture. That people that make that choice will be raptured out of this world. Jesus was kind of raptured. That was the ascension, wasn't it? It was like being raptured out of this world into another possibility. I mean, if that is your choice, go. But as I said, it should be your decision. And really, and that's why I have to stop thinking about it. It doesn't actually matter what Jesus' intention was in all of this. That was his choice. I am not him. And if I want freedom and self-determination, I should make a decision that is not influenced by the will of somebody else. So, there is my answer to that question. Yes, there is a possibility by which Jesus can save this world, by which his sacrifice can save this world. The only way he can save us is by us absolutely not following him the way of the cross, but by going the other way. Going the way of love your neighbor as yourself. Not all love and glory shall go to the one, but to continuously give to one another. As I said, what he set in motion was people are following him. They are manifesting that possibility as an experienced reality. They're becoming more and more acquainted with the truth of that kingdom because they're experiencing it, and they're still not connecting the dots. I wonder what is creating all of this. Yeah? How do you wonder? You're doing it. You were already told it would lead to death, destruction, and pestilences and whatever. And then God will come down and rule over you. And again, some people go, oh, he will come to free us. No, he's coming to rule over you. It clearly says he will be your God and his will be done. That is freedom. No, that's not. That is a complete dictatorship. Start using your noggins. You were given that for a reason. So you can reason, do it. Anyway, folks, here, I leave it at that for today. So the only way we can be saved is when this fork comes, kingdom this way. Love your neighbor as yourself that way. The way to life is love your neighbor as yourself. The only way Jesus can save us is by not going the way of the cross. And as I said, if it's true in quantum physics that that possibility would then cease to exist because it is no longer energized, then yeah, that would be the ultimate sacrifice that would have saved us. I leave it at that for today. Talk to you again soon. Bye.